an investigation has found dangerously high levels of radioactive gas in metropolitan Washington homes. Roberta Baskin reports it's a health hazard you may not be aware of.
What is radon? I don't know. What is it?
Radon. I give up.
Is it a drink?
You ask the normal person what radon is, they don't know. Number two, it might be even killing them at the same time that they don't know.
Stanley Watrous knows because he kept setting off radiation alarms at the nuclear power plant where he works. The contamination was tracked down to his home in Boyertown, Pennsylvania, where the radon dose was so lethal, he and his family were forced to evacuate.
They basically said that it was like getting close to 500,000 chest x-rays per year, smoking anywhere from 135 to 220 packs of cigarettes per day.
Here, come on, let's take another one now.
The Watrouses had no way to tell they were living in a radioactive cloud, breathing doses that would most likely cause lung cancer. You can't see or smell or feel it, but radon gas is often around us. It comes from a common mineral, radium, decaying in the ground. The invisible gas escapes harmlessly into our atmosphere until you put a house in its way. Then the radioactive gas becomes trapped. The more energy efficient and airtight the home, the greater the health hazard.
Stan was actually safer when he went to work. You know, he got the less exposure of all of us because he was working, you know.
At a nuclear power plant.
Yes, and he got, you know, he was safer there than sitting in his own living room or sleeping in his own bed.
After 9 months and a lot of money, the Watrouses were able to return to a radon-proof home. But they are haunted by questions about long-term radiation damage to their sons.
I kept my, tried when they're in the room to try to protect them. And here, I took like one right out of the room and put them into this type of environment. It was just, horrendous for me.
It is no longer your typical American home. Radon detectors are strategically placed everywhere you look, and an inspector takes weekly measurements here. Other families throughout this radium-rich belt, called the Redding Prong, also checked radon levels with inconsistent results. Right next door to the Watrous' contaminated house, there was no radon problem whatsoever. But farther up the street was a family with so much radon contamination, it's as if they each smoked 22 packs of cigarettes a day.
What makes you stay here? Actually, the problem is so widespread. Who's to guarantee that where we go, you're not going to have the same problem, maybe even worse?
The Verities were part of a federal project to radon-proof 18 homes.
They would have to test my home every morning to make sure it was safe for a construction crew to enter, to do the work. Yet I was living here with my family.
Scientists know millions of other homeowners are at risk, but they can't yet accurately predict where to look for them. We asked ourselves if people closer to home were living with the same threat. To find out, we placed these radon detectors in over 40 houses across Maryland, Virginia, and Washington. Throughout the fall and winter of last year, up until this week, we monitored the air. All the radon detectors ended up here at the Department of Energy's Environmental Measurements Laboratory in New York City. Here they measure the levels of radon trapped inside each canister. The results show scientists how hazardous the radon levels are in people's homes.
I am quite surprised. I had no reason to believe that the Washington, Virginia, Maryland area had anything really unusual. And there are a number of homes which obviously need remedial action, so it's an area of concern.
Not only is the radon contamination much higher than anyone ever suspected, it is 3 times higher than the national average. At what point should homeowners take action? The Environmental Protection Agency says anything over a radiation level of 4 picocuries per liter. According to our study, nearly half the homes in Washington's backyard need corrective action. Some are 5 to 6 times above the safety level.
There is houses where the concentrations are high enough, in some cases even higher than the concentrations in uranium miners.
And uranium miners are up to 5 times more likely to die of lung cancer than the rest of us. Now, tomorrow night we'll meet some of the homeowners who participated in our study and learn that they have radiation levels that are triple what the EPA recommends. If you, meanwhile, want to get your home tested, there are special numbers that you can call. The numbers in Maryland, it's 301-225-6981. In Virginia, 804-786-5932. And in the district, it's 727-7000. The only way to tell if you have high radon levels is to have your home tested. What your neighbor's results show has nothing to do with what you would have in your own home. Wes?
Roberta, is there any safe level of radon that is acceptable?
No, there is no safe level of exposure to radon. It's radiation, and there's no safe level of exposure. Even the EPA's recommended level of 4 means that you'd still have a 50% more likely chance of getting lung cancer than somebody who's not exposed to any radon. So you want to get your levels down, and you want to know what they are in your home.
Okay, thank you, Roberta. We look forward to your report tomorrow.
Thank you, Renee.
In
New York and
Sounds like a tape.
To some 20,000 lung cancer deaths every year. In 5 months of radon testing throughout Maryland, Virginia, and the district, Target 7 found nearly half of the homes have radiation levels above the EPA's recommended action level. One of those homes with high readings belongs to News 7 sports anchor Frank Herzog.
This is something that we can handle, and it may be something that we helped create.
This is the house the Herzogs built in Gaithersburg. Radon gas coming up through their property disappears safely into the atmosphere. But the Herzog house draws the radon in, and then it can't escape. The reason this invisible gas gets trapped is because the house was designed to be airtight and energy efficient. Now the Herzogs find the price for saving energy could jeopardize their health.
While contractors are getting very adept at tightening up homes, their technology of also providing this ventilation that is needed with the weather-type homes just doesn't seem to reach the same level.
Although no level is considered safe, the EPA recommends fixing a house if the radon levels are over 4 picocuries per liter. Downstairs where the children play and Frank jogs, the levels are 3 times higher than that. You have over a 10 in the basement, so that's equivalent to smoking over a pack of cigarettes a day, or over 1,000 chest x-rays a year.
See, I stopped smoking almost 3 years ago, just a little over a pack a day. So there's a certain irony here, isn't there? Now I'm exercising in a basement with radon that does the same things. I might as well be out there jogging on 270.
Maryland's concerned about any level exceeding 4 picocuries per liter.
We turned over our Target 7 study to state radiation control experts. Are you surprised by the levels that we're finding in Maryland?
Yes, to be truthful, yes.
This home in Damascus, Maryland, is contaminated with so much radon gas, it's nearly 6 times the EPA's suggested action level. In fact, if this were a uranium mine, it would be shut down for safety reasons.
I, for one, am very grateful that we helped to participate and find something out about this problem.
When we surveyed all over the Washington area, there was no way to tell where we would find high levels of radon, but it is there. This is radioactive uranium ore. Geologists say that low concentrations of uranium and radium are common in the ground and a basic condition of radium. Another condition is porous rock and soil because it allows the radon gas to seep through it. These are conditions that we do have in some areas of metropolitan Washington. Areas like Nokesville, Virginia. The Christie family participated in our radon study and learned they're exposed to 3 times more radiation than the EPA recommends.
If we can get the same radiation and the same trouble from not smoking, just living in our house, then absolutely, that concerns me.
The most frightening thing to me about the whole thing is cancer. That's a very frightening subject, and I also think, I guess it's important that other people know about it and that they can do something about it too. You can do something about it. Radon is a major public health hazard that this country has only begun to face. Already in Sweden, all new construction must meet strict radon-proofing standards. So we do have some telephone numbers that you can call if you would like to get some help. The phone numbers in Maryland are 301-225-6981. In Virginia, it's 804-786-5932. And in the district, it's 727-7195. And you do have to use those area codes. The number in Maryland is in Baltimore.
How complicated is the testing and how critical is it?
The testing is very easy. It costs like between $12 to $50 depending on who you go to. It just takes a few days to do it. But it's very important to find out. If you don't know what the levels are, and you don't know what your level of exposure is, and it can be very serious.
Okay, thank you.
It can be treated in some ways. You'll be telling us about that, I hope.
Tomorrow night we'll tell you how you can radon-proof your home.
Exclusive Target 7 report this week has informed the public of the dangers of radon gas, an invisible gas that causes 20,000 lung cancer deaths every year. Tonight, Roberta Baskin tells us what we can do about radon.
The governor can't fly over our homes and see the devastation, but yet it's worse. It's a natural disaster.
Millions of homeowners are victims of natural radiation from radon. In fact, houses are like pumps, drawing in radon gas from underneath the ground, a problem made worse when we make our homes airtight and energy efficient. The Verity family was exposed to radon levels as if they each smoked 22 packs of cigarettes a day. The Watras family down the street had the most radioactive home yet detected, up to 200 packs of cigarettes a day.
They're saying that in 8 to 9 years, we would have a family mysteriously dying from lung cancer.
Lung cancer is the consequence of radon gas, causing some 20,000 deaths in the country each year. But since radon is invisible, the hazard is easily ignored.
You don't know that your house is high until you get a measurement made, so there's no way that the federal government or EPA can take on the entire resolution of that issue.
In Pennsylvania, where the radon hazard stirred so much publicity, the state is spending millions of dollars. 18,000 homes are being tested. Low-income loans will soon be available for radon proofing. But no such help is available here, because no information was available about our radon exposure until now. This shows the homes in our Target 7 Department of Energy survey. Although the government didn't suspect hazardous radon levels, the tests proved otherwise. Radon kits went to families from Damascus to Capitol Heights to Manassas. The results show that nearly 50% of these homes have radiation levels similar to getting more than 500 chest x-rays a year.
In most of these cases, I think that the levels can be reduced easily in their houses with a very, with a low cost. I think they can do that, probably can do it themselves by just diluting the air.
To get radon out of your house, you need to know how it gets in there in the first place. Prime trouble spots that allow the gas to seep in are sump pumps, loose-fitting pipes, cracks in the foundation, and crawl spaces under homes. We asked federal and state officials to investigate some of the radon hotspots we discovered.
What you do to a crawl space like this is basically try to separate it from the house so that the radon gas coming from the loose dirt here, can right now obviously just come pour right into your house here, and it can come pour up through here.
Wherever we went, the radon-proofing solutions focused on sealing the radon outside and improving the air ventilation inside. And on Capitol Hill, federal solutions are on the drawing board.
As people become aware of these things, just like you look for a termite-free certification, I think people are going to be asking that a home that they buy be certified as to its radon-free character.
There is already one federal incentive. The IRS told Target 7 that you can write off radon proofing on your taxes by showing that it's for health reasons. If you want to find out where to get your home radon tested, you can call these government numbers. In Virginia, it's 804-786-5932. In Maryland, it's area code 301-225-6981. And in the district, it's 727-7195. And we hope the results of our investigation will help lift this radioactive cloud that's around our homes.
Thank you, Roberta. Very, very important series of reports. Thank you.
We'll keep on it.
When we return, Dave Sweeney will tell us if Valentine's Day will have a cold front.
And we'll show you why florists are hoping love will bloom.